Hello.
G'day. How you guys all doing? What a week. How you guys all
What a
been?
week.
Yes. Anything new exciting with you, Deana?
No, not really.
No?
The huge.
Huge.
The
Huge.
huge.
Too bad.
It's been
I had,
busy.
yeah. I had game weekend. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
first night of game weekend there was
I
kind of
didn't
fun. You
come. I'm
missed out.
sorry. I totally did.
Like, pass there or something. Yeah, it was good. Had quite a few people. People showed
Nice.
up. It was,
You're,
sorry?
which is this the game where are you gaming or are you doing like Hangman or something?
No. This was it's a game called Jackbox, which is completely audience participation. Come in, join in. Everybody can join in and it's usually up to between like 6 to 9 players or 10 players. And if you can't play directly, but you still want to play, you can also play as the audience, which also influences it.
Cool.
So it's kind of fun. It's kind of exciting. And it was great. We played for like at least over 3 hours, I think 3 or 4 hours. So it was fun.
This is every Saturday night you're doing this?
I'm doing every Saturday night, starting
Well, I'll be at the
around
next
8 o'clock.
one.
All right. Yeah, I could use some because one of the games is the pretty much a favorite, which I kind of delayed till the end to the second half of the night, is Boomerang, which is less about trivia and less about anything else. It's more of like Big Brother social game,
Okay.
and
That's fun.
I could use some backup.
I love trivia though. I didn't know it was trivia. Okay.
There's some trivia. There's some questions depending what the games are. Like the trivia murder night. Trivia murder hotel is very much trivia. There's some others like skills. So there's all sorts of different little mini games, whatnot. But yeah, the Big Brother one is a very big popular one, and they like to beat me up in that one a lot. Nice. So
I'm there.
Oh, great. In other words, it's going to beat me up. Perfect. That's all I needed.
I'll beat you at trivia, too.
Probably. But yeah, some of the trivia questions are ridiculous.
Okay, well, maybe I won't beat you. If it's about tech, I'm not going to beat you.
No. It's actually, I don't think anything is particularly tech in most of the questions.
Well, does he have like categories like Trivial Pursuit where you could do like science and tech and like
in this particular one, history. Like the trivia, you know what? You're gonna have to show up and find out.
All right.
Okay, that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to show up.
Join us on Saturday on TikTok.
Absolutely. Right? It's on TikTok. Yeah, okay. It's on TikTok, and it's also on Twitch, but it's on a different channel to Twitch because that one is completely politically free. This is the idea. Is what it is. So, but let's going back to our regular schedule activism here. I'm going to bring up something that Deana, you forgot about. Oh. Absolutely, I'm certain of it. You've forgotten about it.
Probably.
Yeah.
So much going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, my cat is sleeping on my earphones.
Do you remember Tupac?
Oh yeah. This is hilarious. Loser. It's so fun to laugh at the losers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember when all that shit was going on and they like literally believed that they were going to make a comeback? I know it's a reoccurring theme with these guys, but
it absolutely is. I mean, these guys were convinced of it, but
what is he appealing? Like he was literally appealing the judgment, like Justice Gomery's judgment.
No, well,
another appeal.
I thought this is another appeal. So don't forget, because we've had the Justice Gomery verdict, which said you didn't pay, get the fuck out.
Yeah, see ya. Didn't come up with the deposit.
Exactly, and then he appealed it. He appealed it to I can't remember which court it is. So, I just sort of looked back in regards to the whole thing, and I'm like, all right, like there was a 3-judge panel and whatnot. Like they heard the entire thing. They went through the evidence. The defense for McDonald and company in regards to St. Bridget's, they were like, we gave all the documentation. There's nothing here. Saron and Comer were like just all over the place trying to figure out the whole thing. And the 3 justices came back a couple of days later, like, yeah, no, it holds. Like, there's nothing here. Like, sorry?
I'm just like, 3 justices are
Mm-hmm.
sitting there listening to this garbage. And
Mm-hmm.
I just learned last week that it costs $5,000 a day to run one courtroom with one justice of the peace, a few clerk people,
Yep.
and a crown. You know, 5,000 in one courtroom. Now you've got 3.
Yeah, you got 3 on the appeals one. That one was probably a day's worth of work at least, if not
Yeah.
more, because they had to render the judgment, check case law, and then come back with it. Yeah, you're right. Like that's
Tell me
probably
he
a
has
fair
to
amount.
ask for permission before he can file any more litigation against
Well, that's what he
anybody.
did. He filed for an appeal.
I know, but
and computer said no.
The computer
Leave
said
to
no?
appeal refused, which means they're not allowed to appeal.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sure this comes as a big shock to everybody, but he's probably going to try another thing to appeal. He's going to appeal it to the Supreme Court of Canada.
He's a loser. Where is he getting this money to do that? Oh, yeah, he's doing it himself.
He's doing it himself with Saron. I don't know if Saron's still in the picture, because again, we can't really tell about in regards to this appeal, but I'm pretty sure Saron was involved because I remember hearing from some legal counsels before saying if you get to a certain stage of appeals, they won't even listen to you without a lawyer. So at the level he's at now, you need a lawyer. Like that's it.
She ended up getting her license back or whatever. What was she, suspended?
She's never
insurance or what was it? There was something.
I don't recall, but she went from Ontario because she was practicing in Toronto and she moved to BC. And so she was practicing in BC. But I don't think she transferred her license across, so there were some issues there.
Oh, okay. So it had to do with BC courts and not Ontario courts. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't heard about her losing her license or having any issues with that, except for just more of administrative.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not to say that her other she's questionable in regards to the whole thing, but there's nothing beyond just being kind of like a weird lawyer.
Whatever, they're all the same. All the convites are the same. All the right wingers are the same.
That's true.
Lawyer, not lawyer, they all are just the same.
That's true. And some of them get a little bit more dangerous.
They try to be.
In some cases, they get pretty scary close, and in fact, to scare police. And I give to you Coots protester, James Sowery. So I'm going to back this up a little bit for some people who may not be fully aware of James Sowery. Because, even I wasn't quite aware. And so I've made sure to include some backstory so that you guys can catch up here. So Coots protester, James Sowery, he was charged with assault. He was charged with assault and dangerous driving. Assaulted with a weapon and dangerous driving.
Yeah.
So, the big background here. James Sowery was driving a hydrovac, and to give you a rough idea what that kind of vehicle looks like, a hydrovac truck, it looks like a tanker truck. Or like a septic tank removal truck. Actually, I think that is what it is. So anyways, he accelerated his truck when he was leaving the Coots blockade towards Constable Corey Connick, who had been conducting traffic stops along Highway 4 near Milk River. But he accelerated towards the police officer where the police officer had to move out of the way, and there was a pylon nearby, and the officer moved out of the way, the pylon didn't, and the pylon got crushed. And
what a fucking piece of shit that guy is.
Absolutely.
Fucking piece of shit.
The cop was in shock of it because, hey, somebody almost tried to run you over. You know what? That's going to shock you, especially with a large truck vehicle. If he knocked you down and you're going under.
There's no way this guy never road raged before. Like, he's a danger to society. Fuck him. Well, he should not ever be driving a car or a vehicle ever fucking again.
Well, here's some news for you.
Scooter.
He got charged. He got convicted.
Right.
And he got sentenced to 10 months in jail.
Should have been more. And if it's not going to be more, he should never be able to drive ever again. That's it.
Excuse me. So, Justice Glenn H. Pullman sentenced Sowery to 10 months in prison, along with mandatory weapons probation. So there's no weapons prohibition. So there's no weapons ready.
Yeah.
And a DNA order for the charges of assault with a weapon and a dangerous operation of a vehicle. So it's still pretty strict. It's probably, as some people will probably come in and say, and highlight this key. I'm not totally against the light sentencing, but I also understand it. I mean, this is his first offense.
Too bad. From what I can understand, he almost killed somebody, and like, yeah, a human being. No, don't give a shit. I don't care if it's his first offense. He almost killed somebody.
There's
a human's life, a person's life has far more meaning than 10 months in jail, whether you've killed them or you haven't killed them. The intent was there, and we should start dealing with people based on their intentions as well as their fucking whatever outcomes. That's my opinion.
Yeah, there's two sides to this argument, and it's something I know I've gone into with with a couple of people, and this has to do with
if we're going to talk about rehabilitation, that guy can't be rehabilitated. He's a fucking psycho down the rabbit hole. If that's sort of the idea, I get that because I believe in that too.
Yeah.
But you believe in it based on there being a rate of success, and there is no person who could be deprogrammed like that guy in a matter of 10 months. And so after the 10 months, is he going to go to deprogramming? Like, that's not part of the sentence.
Well, right? and that's exactly the kind of the point in regards to the whole thing. We can sentence people to as much as possible. It won't make a difference. Prison system, especially in the U.S., is privatized. It's just based on like, no, we just want to put people in prison and make some money off it. There's no attempt at rehabilitation. There's just trying to fill beds.
Prison should be the rehabilitative place. It's not just a place of punishment. They should change the prison system to actually include rehabilitation.
And that's exactly it. And there's many ways and routes. And again, we can probably have a huge discussion into many levels in regards to changing parts of the system to prevent said occurrences. But at this particular case here, this person's been programmed by the right, for lack of better phrasing. There still needs to catch these people and work in rehabilitation going, okay, you've been indoctrinated to where you're justifying killing. Maybe we need to talk about this.
It's crazy.
And getting the system to actually sort of work with that in regards to responding to that. Apparently, somebody's mentioning here that he did lose his driver's license. So that's good. Probably a good thing.
Thanks,
you know what,
Steve? Do we know for how long? Is it like permanent or 10 years? It's got to be at least 10 years. If you drink 3 times, if you get caught drunk driving, you like lose your license. The second time you get caught, you lose it for a year, I think. And then the third time you lose it for 5, maybe. I don't know. This was the way it was back a long time ago. My friend's parent ended up losing their license for that very reason. And then, did some other shit.
Yeah.
Had their family members' driver's license as theirs.
It's
got caught.
Yeah. Don't get caught drinking and drive. Just don't drink and drive, and you won't
not
have to
just
worry about
drinking and drive. Don't use other people's licenses so you could drive when you're not supposed to drive.
That just makes the whole thing worse.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to watch him. But yeah, so he's out.
Yeah,
he's gone.
Baby,
That's
exactly.
it. At least he's not going to be an issue for a while.
What's the next one?
What's next?
Yeah.
So we reported on this one last week, and we got some more information. And it's so this is more information in regards to 1 million charges for the people. So again, this is obviously a play on the 1 million man
They're
march
so
or 1 million
fucking
person
dumb.
march. They're uncreative for first to begin with.
1 million charges. Are there 1 million politicians?
Yeah, so 1 million charges for the people. I mean, they're uncreative because, first of all, they copied the name of 1 million charges for the people. And then we also discovered that they copied the logo from album art or something else. Like, the whole thing is just so creatively unoriginal. Just plagiarize the fuck out of every single asset.
They're so stupid. I can't.
I'm like...
They honestly think they're brilliant too. Like, they're just like so excited to get this out into the world to show everybody their hard work at plagiarism.
Well, you see, you have to understand, these guys have been busy working the legal system and understand that they've done all their research because, you know, they do their research. They do their own research. And so here's their latest statement. On March 19th, save the date. That's when all this shit's going to go down. March 19th. We have a date, kids. These are criminal charges committed by Canadian government from March 2020 till present. These are what they're claiming to be charging, and it looks like they'll try to quote the actual criminal code, which again, this is ridiculous. Everyone who A, resists or willfully obstructs a police officer or peace officer in the execution of his duty or any person lawfully acting in aid. So I'm like, you're going to charge the Canadian government with preventing a police officer from acting? That's interesting. Not sure what the logic is behind that, but you know what? I'm sure the next one will make sense. Sexual incitement under 16. Okay, where the fuck did that come from? Like,
what?
Next one.
10 bucks.
No, go ahead.
No, but $10 is they're going to randomly accuse people of being pedophiles, and that's where that law comes in. I am charging you under 152 of the criminal code, sexual incitement for under 16. Like, that's what that is.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I'm sure it's going to link back to Soji and the other shit like that.
Yeah,
but that's where it's going to go.
For teachers, it'll be teachers. Yeah. It'll be
163.1, providing pornographic material. Like, is that actually a thing? Like, providing pornographic material is it something that's illegal? That means every corner store I've been when I was around.
Pornographic material to who?
Yeah, you see, they're
I know somebody who's going to have to get arrested for providing his own pornography, and he's part of that group. He has his own pornography material that he's putting.
Yeah, they better clarify how these law things work. If they
all hell's going to break loose. Just random.
Wait, but here's the thing. He might be okay because, you know.
Will he?
Next one, making sexually explicit materials available to child. All right. Again, these guys are just using all this Soji bullshit. 269, unlawfully causing bodily harm. I'll come back to the vaccines.
Yeah.
319.1, public incitement of hatred.
That's what they do. That is theirs. They need to eat that one. That is theirs.
Welcome to
I'm gonna
call projection.
Next time I go there, I'm gonna start arresting them. I'm gonna do citizens arrest under section 319(1) of the criminal code.
But if you want to do that, I think I'm gonna go with the Thoris next and say you need to dress up as Judge Dredd.
Okay.
When you do that. I am the law.
I am the law. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie, so I'll have to watch it.
Oh my god, it's terrible. You have to watch it.
It's terrible. Oh,
yeah, it is. 341, fraudulent concealment. 346. I got the feeling this is. I almost feel like this might be Gordon doing this. Extortion,
no, what if it's that
false
Purdy,
pretense?
legally Purdy? Did you see that stupid shit she put up on her
Twitter? Oh, it could be. It could.
She put the pseudo statement. Yeah. Keep going.
It could be. Again, this thing will go on. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but again, the rest of it goes pretty good. Like fraudulent misrepresentation, causing death.
Duty. They said duty
to persons directing work. What the?
You're a duty. No, you are.
Duty? Okay, I'm not a lawyer, but please, if somebody can look up what the hell 217 duty. Yeah, I said duty. I didn't just say duty. I said duty.
I said duty.
Duty? Did you say duty? Duty. He just got groomed, so that's why he looks cute. I know, I'm totally a groomer.
You're a groomer.
I'm just admitting.
Which one are you? Are you 171? No, you're a groomer. You are. What are you?
I'm not the groomer. The one that got him washed and cleaned up, he is the groomer. Very good groomer.
Didn't say anything about grooming in this. They forgot about the grooming.
That's true. There's nothing about grooming in there. Terrible. But again, so this is the ridiculous list of charges that seem to be making absolutely no sense whatsoever.
The 19th of March is going to be so fun, you guys.
Oh, it is. Apparently, so again, I don't want to rush this because, again, there's more information as we're going along. But so they're also using the bills that have been passed as evidence of crimes committed, because so these bills that have been passed or are pending and pose grave concerns. Bill C-11, because of course, Bill C-11, the bill gives commission with new powers to regulate online services. Yeah, but every time you guys blame something that's happening online and you blame C-11, just understand you're always going to be wrong because you guys keep fucking it up. Bill C-18, link tax for Canadian journalism, which is kind of a, let's give money to businesses and everything else, but that's not the way to see it. It's more censorship.
Understand that at all. Well, they don't understand any of it, but they really don't understand that one.
No, they definitely don't understand Bill C-18 because. And this is kind of the depressing part.
It's sad.
It's very, very sad that section 341. Oh my God.
Archived.
So 341 fraudulent concealment is apparently archived. Oh my God.
That's just like Christine today saying that, like quoting a dueling law that had been repealed. Back in 2018, she's trying to say I'm doing stuff illegal because I'm trying to challenge people to a duel.
She's going to, and next thing she's probably going to be quoting a horse law or fucking bird law. Like
it was Lightly is the one who responded to this, and Lightly said, you mean the law that was repealed in 2018 that was alongside the witchcraft law?
These are the legal experts that want to take over the Canadian legal.
I had so many laughs today. So many fucking laughs today. Twitter was funny. I needed the laughs today. Fuck. Yeah. Duty.
Yeah, duty for sure.
Cameron. Calling him.
Hey, what else is here? Like Bill C-59. So I mean, these ones are actual bills that are actually going on right now. But again, these are massive misinterpretations of them because they don't understand what the things. The Bill 89 had, like, some of these bills I don't know. Bill C-11, C-18, absolutely, we all know what they are, and they're not. I don't need to go into the whole details, but I can assure you they're not what they're telling you they are at all.
All a bunch of duty.
Yeah, exactly. They're all duties. Bill 89, stripping parental authority to authorize medical treatments that the Crown sees as necessary. Yeah, I'd like to find out what that Bill 89 really is before going in there. So, needless to say, these guys are going ridiculous in the whole thing. And then they get over to Ottawa's carbon tax and production cap essentially prevents additional production of oil and gas, thus short-circuiting the function and rationale for carbon tax. It imposes higher costs and thus reduces living standards. Caution, WHO pandemic treaty, deadline May 24th, forfeit health authority to one private global World Health Assembly.
What is happening?
1 million charges for the people. The Accountability Project.
They don't even know when to capitalize and when not to capitalize. They want to run this country and they don't even know how to fucking do a proper whatever release that they're trying to put out. What the hell? We're in so much trouble. They're all running as independents, by the way.
Yeah, they are. I was going to...
They're not actually right. I don't think they understand what running means. It means you're going to be elected. It doesn't mean you're going to arrest the politicians and then sit your ass in their seat and take over. Like, this is what they think is going to happen. And I literally spoke to them on Saturday and was hearing just that. They literally think that they're going to arrest people and that they're the ones taking the place without even like having an election in mind. And they're running as independents. That is not running.
You gotta run to it.
Yeah, run to the light. You
do they think it's like a foot race? And you know what? I think it's ridiculous to describe it like that. But there's some of these times I'm like I'm really, really, really question in regards to like what these guys think is going on. Like, do you think it's a foot race? Because
so stupid.
Like, Jesus Christ! But it gets a little crazier than that.
Yeah, because super crazy. Here we go.
Yeah. So continuing on in regards to this particular chaos, a couple of videos came out in regards to this. So one of them was from Mr. Colin Big Bear, who actually talks about what's coming. So, you know what? I'll let him discuss it.
Colin Big Bear, show up for a day.
Well, wanting to send a message out to our Canadian men that there will be a time that we will have to take our balls out of our pockets and we will have to stand against this tyrannical government in a much different way. Thousands of us will have to rise and stand against the corruption. The police aren't doing their jobs. The RCMP are not doing their jobs. Nobody is doing their jobs to hold these politicians accountable for their crimes against humanity and the Canadian people. Well, if you actually Google this, every Canadian person has the right to a citizen's arrest if somebody is breaking the law. Okay, this is under the Criminal Code of Canada. Judges don't like this because it makes the court cases complicated, but legally we can make arrest if there are reasonable cause. So there will be a time soon, men, well, thousands of us will have to rise and we will have to take back our country in whatever way we seem fit. Okay, much love. Have a great day. Big Bear.
Okay, first of all, who the fuck taught him how to chew gum? Okay? What the fuck? Like, fuck off, Colin Big Bear. Don't chew gum when you're doing a video because you suck at chewing gum. Number one. Fuck. Number fucking two. Like,
I'm still on one. Sorry. Give me a minute.
Yeah. It's too much, man.
I'm like, dude, if you're going to do a video, whether it be a live, be a TikTok, be anything, just focus on what you're doing.
I think he thought it was making him like tough or something, but it was terrible. It was the worst shit ever. So distracting.
It reminded me of a 10-year-old.
Yeah, like the gum was hanging out of the side of his mouth every time he would stop and like, what the fuck was that? Like, anyway, no.
Number two.
Duty, number 2. I don't know. I'll get to it after. You go first. I'm so distracted by the gum. I almost want to watch it again, but not because I don't want to hear the gum. No, I hate that. I hate that. It actually, that is the worst sound ever.
I can. It's not an uncommon sound to detest. It's a very, very as already one person's already given me a wonderful example here. Yeah, it is an absolute sound that's detestable. And
there, Steve. Exactly what I wanted to say. Who the fuck puts their balls in their pockets? That's number 2, Steve. What the fuck was that?
So this is number 2 is actually where I kind of giggled too, because I'm like, what? So, we need to keep our balls out of their pockets, just like you did when you left the STC convoy and ran back west.
And he was supposed to come here back when they first came here. What happened? What happened, Big Bear? Tough guy? What happened? You loser. He looks like a loser from school that tries too hard.
10-year-old school?
I don't know. Like, there's got to be one in every school. Like, he's the one who tried way too hard, and people are just like, fuck off, weirdo. And now all the weirdos have found each other, and they're doing it together. He's just nuts.
Phrasing.
What have we done with social media? We've unleashed the... Oh, God. Fuck.
Oh, no. Agreed.
He's not coming. Okay, convoy people, he's not going to come. He's going to chicken out.
Probably.
Does he have charges or anything? Why he can't be here?
I'm not aware of any.
No.
And that's the only thing I thought it was kind of interesting and just generally hilarious was that he came down to the entire STC convoy to go make a statement to the government, and he was the first one that just vanished.
Took off. Gonzo.
So he's like, yeah, we're gonna go, and the rest of the police, like you are going to do that, like you as in you, or you as in like you're gonna get other people to do it.
Yeah, well, that's what I got from Gordon Berry too. Like, he's not gonna do it. He's just gonna. It's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen.
It is. I mean, but that's what Gordon Berry does. He's just sort of like, Well, Gordon Berry gets a little bit involved, but he just sort of shows up and is there. But he's the only thing that's kind of question. Well, you know what? I feel Mr. Berry should explain a little bit of what's coming, because you know what? You were able to get that information.
When are we going to go arrest the cops, Gordon? What? But I thought you were staying in the cop. You guys aren't doing that anymore? Okay, so when are you arresting the politicians?
People will know.
On Monday?
People will know.
They're going back into the HOC.
Monday, you've got a yoga class.
Yoga?
Yeah.
Okay.
People will know.
Guys, people will know. Who are you going to start with?
Just a little heads up. You can't really trap me because everything I say is public.
I know. I'm not trying to trap you. I'm trying to get answers.
We are arresting the politicians as criminal actors and politicians.
Okay.
They will be held accountable for all the crimes they committed. Everybody on all levels of government.
All levels of government.
Take that bed with you, take that money, send it to the justice, send it in and get your check, send it in the hand. That's all good.
Yeah.
I told Pierre he's going to prison for the rest of his life.
Pierre too?
He's going to prison for the rest of his life. They all are. So that's money for us.
Pierre, but who are we going to start with? I have no problem if you arrest Pierre. I mean, it's not going to go well, but...
You don't, because you support justice.
I do?
Pierre is Justin's so-called nemesis, but they're not. They're all in the same unit.
I think you're not paying attention then.
I don't know. I
What about the city politicians? Are they on your hit list too? Pardon? Everybody that's part of it. Am I going to be arrested?
Yeah, very likely.
Ah! Can you arrest me? Can it be you? Can it be you?
No problem.
Ah, shit. Is it going to be you guys or is it going to be cops that arrest people? Okay, if I get a choice in cops, I have a couple of cops in mind that I would like to have arrest me. Who? There'll be no choices. Why? I thought it was about freedom of choice. Now I don't get a choice of who's going to arrest me?
Criminals don't have the right to choose.
Criminals don't have the right to choose. Okay. I'm going to be arrested, you guys. Freedom. McDimples. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if McDimples arrested me. Could check off McDimples. He's one of them. Gord, are you going to use handcuffs or zip ties?
Will they be furry?
Where are you going to hold everybody once you capture them? Where do they go? Is it going to be like execution style, or are you going to like... Is there going to be a trial? Is there going to be a trial? There has to be a trial. Okay, and who's going to be on the jury? You guys? You have to decide still? Well, you got to do that before you arrest people. No, you don't? What the hell? This is the worst government structure ever, Gordon! Well, I don't know that yours is any better. You haven't sorted out really important details, like... Well, I'm trying to get an idea, and you're not... Oh, okay. I'm on the wrong side of history.
And he knows, so...
Okay. What am I going to be... What are my charges? What am I going to be arrested for? Okay.
I'm sure at that point in time you're going to be laughing.
I'm going to be laughing. I'm going to be laughing. When my steel toe boot is in someone's face, I'm going to be fucking cackling. It's totally going to happen.
Is that a threat?
I don't know. You're threatening to arrest me, Bish. Like, what do you fucking think? You think? You think? Oh, you're going to just direct people to do it. Like an organizer would.
I'm not saying that either. I'm saying it's going to happen.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. His plan sucks. I know. His plan does suck. What's that? What buddies? All my buddies are here.
Right here.
All right here.
It's not a very transparent government if he's not going to give people the information about how their justice system is going to work, which is like very pivotal parts of a democracy. Like,
So my two responses to the whole thing is more directed towards you and sort of how you interacted with it. First part is, yeah, you have your short list of who you want to arrest you, but it's less about the arrest and more about the frisking, I'm sure. Number two is just the way you were talking to him and questioning is, I recall the same voice and questioning and style as you would do when talking about a child and their imaginative kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I can totally picture you having a very similar type of conversation with obviously different context with a young Camilla.
Yeah.
You know, like a 4-year-old Camilla going, I'm running a business. Oh, yeah? Tell me about this business. You know, this feeding into this thing. Like, this is the exact same energy that you had.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking worked.
I smiled though. You could tell that I was smiling.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was happy. I was nice.
Yeah, but you weren't taking him seriously because there was nothing to be taken.
I know.
And it's, you couldn't take him seriously. I couldn't take him seriously, but it was so delicious to hear you just talking to him to the same way you, because again, I remember seeing like videos of 2-year-old Camilla where you're like she's playing like the yogurt one is the one, and the same tone of voice that you had with her, a 2-year-old with a yogurt, is what you had with him, and it matched. Is all I'm gonna say. Just like, holy shit.
Oh, Gordon, little Gordy.
I'm like, oh, this is
okay, Gordy. What are we gonna use? Are we gonna use zip ties or are we gonna use handcuffs? What's your favorite?
And that right there, just that question alone, I'm like, that would be something you ask a child when you're just entertaining their fantasy play.
I'm just you use the blue sword or the red sword?
Are they swords or are they little, are they sticks? Are they maces? Oh, no, they're not maces. They're swords. Okay. Oh, you're looking tough. You're looking really tough now. Oh,
you're scaring mommy. They make me laugh a lot. It's gonna be crazy when they actually try to execute this shit, but for now, it's fucking hilarious.
It is. I mean,
March 19th is gonna be fucking funny. It's gonna be
it's going to be though, like it's I mean, it's going to be either ridiculously hilarious or just a non-event where, the majority of them back out at the last minute, and so whatever's left over is just going to be sad. I figure it's going to be one of those two.
But, I'm going down in a blaze of glory.
That'll be Norman Blanchfield because we're having our last stand.
It's going to be the theme song, you guys. Done. Like every time they post videos of like, you just have to put that song. Young Guns, except for they're not young, but whatever.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Stop scaring mommy. Oh shit. Oh god.
Yeah.
And the fun never ends.
It never ends, but it's also, they're not going to end it either.
No.
No.
There's nothing is going to deter them. I think they're just going to keep doing these stupid things.
Well, and that's exactly it, because, I mean, so there's nothing that's going to end. I mean, first of all, there's the March 19th, but they're also going to be trying to ramp up for a little bit more because, again,
there's February
this Convoy anniversary is, this Convoy anniversary is not the last Convoy anniversary. There is another one coming up on the 17th, but this time it's well organized by the Wellington Street Regulars.
Redo. You don't get a redo on the anniversary, okay, you guys? That's not how it fucking works. There's no redos.
So this is duty. Yeah. So they're celebrating the second anniversary because apparently, I guess they forgot about the original day of the second anniversary, which was the one that they originally organized back last year. And hang on a second here. Where am I? Yeah. So they organized back last year. So they have they had the one on the 17th, but I mean, you know what? Let me show you about last year's here. So this is the one that's, that should be the one here because they have the 27th, which is the one I was on last Saturday. Yes. Not the redo they're going to be doing on the 17th because they fucked up here. You don't redo the end of the convoy. You reunion the beginning of the convoy. That's kind of the thing. But you know what? I digress.
Just want to have a reason to try to get together, and now at least they're calling it a party. They can't be taken seriously because they're a party, and saying party, you can't be taken seriously, and that's why they're all running as independents. They're not
absolutely. I mean, these guys are having the party. The whole big party though was at the Red Pepper, even though they had their whole pre-celebration on the hill. So there was a whole bunch of people just going to the Red Pepper and getting Thai food, I guess.
Yeah.
But I also did a little bit of work here because, you know, for the people, to give you sort of a sense of, you know, how this movement is growing since last year. Because last year, doesn't help the punchline, Deana, when you're laughing at the beginning of it.
That needs to be the punchline. Oh God, okay, go.
So last year they had, you know, a fair amount of crowd. They had Parliament Hill, as you see them there, and then we, as you know, as this was from my perspective, they were there. We panned across. They had about 150 people to 200 people. Is roughly the ballpark number, and it probably was a little bit higher with people coming in and out during the entire day. There was a, you know, the decent sized crowd, and you know, so we figured this year it's gonna be getting bigger because, you know, this movement's gaining strength. This movement of whatever the fuck it is. And so, you know, we see the larger numbers this year out in front of the gate. Holding there with probably, I'd say, what, 50 people? Deana, you were there.
Ballpark? Yeah, it was 61 according to Mimi. But yeah, that's about what we counted.
61.
And I don't know if Mimi was counting myself and Laurel, but 61.
It's Mimi. I'm not too sure if she's counting.
Well, I counted in the live stream. I just don't remember what I counted to. 57, 62. I don't know. But yeah, 61 is a fair one. At first, I thought it was 75, and then I recounted and I was off by almost 15. So yeah, 61 sounds.
I got a report from one of the convoys, and I was told millions. Did that sound about right or feel about right?
Yeah, right.
No, totally.
I mean, millions minus millions add 61. Yeah, no. And even that 150 that was there last year, it's funny that you say a decent size because we were laughing at it back then. But now that there's only 60 people there, you can give them a little bit more cred for their 150 in the first year.
Yeah.
They couldn't
understand.
Yeah.
I feel next year we'll be giving them cred for this year's.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's just a descending line.
It's so bad.
It is. It's an absolutely descending line. There was one particular incident that we were not too crazy about that occurred. Let me see if I can cue that up here because I am so unprepared.
Hey, take your hands off her! Right now! Release her! Right the fuck now! Take your fucking hands off her! What the fuck? Take your hands off her! Get your fucking
psycho piece of shit.
So that was
Who wants to bet Johnny got laid that night? That's what that was all about. What a fucking psycho nut.
He is. He is. I mean, he's always got this whole peaceful attitude, and then he just rips out.
Those are the scary ones. Those are the ones that will like kill you in the middle of the night. Stab you like 500 times. Yeah.
He was very, very triggering overall.
He was disgusting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, some people, I should probably give you guys a bit of a warning there. He's being a little aggressive.
Just a little. He was very aggressive. Yeah, he's lucky I wasn't there.
At the time? Probably.
Yeah. Oh, shit. He really is.
So, no. So somebody's asking here, our dear friend Fuff here. No, that was not Mr. Freedom. Although I can understand the confusion there, because there is, especially from that quick view and the sound, he does sound like Josh Bigger, Mr. Freedom. No, the person in question there was Johnny Rowe.
Yeah.
Who was more of a local Ottawa, Wellington Street regular. He tends to be on his microphone howling to
stop
pretty
the
much
war
nobody.
Machine. Yeah.
Stop the war machine is his big
Stop
catchphrase.
the war machine, Johnny Rowe. Now keep your hands to yourself, Johnny Rowe.
Yeah. As that's true, as Ziggy puts it. Johnny Rowe is a yogi and a pacifist, which
those are the scary ones, man. For real. Those are the ones who have serious anger management issues, who thought that they could center their own selves and blah, blah, blah. But then the eruption happens and they fucking, they're the ones that you need to stay away from yogis. Don't care if I've what is it? Offended any yogis.
Feel there's some history with yogis there.
I've tried it. I've tried one. They're the scary ones.
A separate show on a separate channel to hear about that story, I'm sure. DM Deana about that.
Yeah. He's from Texas. Who's from Texas? Johnny Rowe?
What?
No. Lady Blue Noser said he's from Texas. I don't know if that's.
I don't know if that's true or not. And again, it's quite possible. I am not familiar with. I guess Johnny Rowe is apparently from Texas. I've never seen information about it, but it's possible. And I know the only one I know that's got. There's a few that have got American ties. I know Carl has, because he's made mentions of him being from the States originally. It's on his FB profile, and I have. Sure. I know Carl's also from the States. When he was younger, he's mentioned it a couple times in his tweets. In his TikToks. One that's we haven't talked about in quite a while. Kyle. He's also from the States, dual citizenship. He's made some mentions about it. He wasn't at the event. We haven't seen him in like forever, actually.
That's okay. I don't miss him. The Alexander brothers. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
All Texas. Why the fuck would anybody from Texas purposely come? I thought they were from Arizona.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. The Alexander brothers, I don't believe are from Texas. I believe they're from Arizona.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't. Yeah. Now I remember. Yes.
Alexander Boys, Arizona. Carl, I think, is from, I want to say Illinois or Indiana, possibly. But Johnny could be from Texas, absolutely. But coming back to Ottawa, one of the other people from there, we're actually going to go back to Parliament Hill, but a couple of days later, because somebody decided to get a little bit politically active.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. He wanted to get involved and understand the process. He wanted to go join Parliament and have his say and have his word. And it didn't go well.
Hey, Casey here. I am live on Wellington Street in front of the House of Commons, West Block of Parliament, where today the government is back. They will be sitting today, I believe starting at 11. Question period starts about 2 o'clock. So I'm going to, already spoke to the people down at the Welcome Center. Shouldn't be a problem to get in and watch from the gallery. So I'm going to try to do that probably around 2 o'clock, be in there well before question period. Try to get my eyes on how this democracy really works. Watch some of the fireworks in the House of Commons. Lots going on. Hopefully we can watch how these guys do their thing and maybe get a chance to ask a few people some questions or at least give them gears afterwards. So I will have more coming later today from the House of Commons. Casey from
Sounds like
Parliament
a
Hill.
kid.
Here I am on Parliament Hill, the House of Commons Welcome Centre behind me. I just gone through security. I was on my way to sit in the gallery where I was stopped by 2 PPS people who asked me my name and told me I am banned. I am trespassed and banned from the House of Commons, a place where I have never been inside this building, never had an issue, but I am banned by possibly the Sergeant at Arms, who's a bureau. I'm not swearing. Dude, I talk to you politely.
You guys get the fuck out. Go.
You're swearing now.
Yes.
So you're kicking me off for swearing and you're telling me to leave?
Yes, you're causing a disturbance.
I'm not. You guys disturbed me.
You guys are causing a disturbance.
You disturbed me.
You can ask him.
Dude, I'm a Canadian citizen walking on Parliament Hill to cover a story.
You've been talking to politely.
Dude, you never did. You put on your gloves aggressively. So did this guy who's chasing me.
It has nothing to do with you. This is from our own safety.
It's not for your safety, man.
This is from our own
Are you
safety.
saying I'm endangering you by being here?
Sir, I'm going to ask you to leave right now.
Under what grounds?
You're trespassing right now. You're
How?
causing a disturbance.
I'm walking down
Sir,
the street
if
with
you
my
don't
damn
leave,
dog.
I'm going to arrest you and put you. We're going to arrest you and call and give you a trespass. If you don't leave, we're going to arrest you.
They're going to arrest me here.
He's telling me to leave for no reason.
You just swore
Sir,
at me and told me to get off the hill. You've now pushed me off the hill.
Sir, you've been warned. Next time I see you on the hill, you'll be arrested for trespass.
How so?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes. So this probably works better when I get myself off of mute. So thank you. So yeah, putting on the gloves aggressively is absolutely the power move that it should be. But yeah, so you guys can clearly see that second half there where he's in the t-shirt and the red hat. That's from last year when he was on the hill and he was kicked off. And so, and I wanted to put that in there because at the end of his clip, he's like, I've never dealt with the Parliament. I don't know what they're there and why they'd be kicking me off. I'm like, maybe because you were thrown off the hill before for being an asshat?
Maybe because you're hanging around with people and promoting the fact that you guys are going to try to arrest politicians, you fucking fucknut. Seriously, this 1 million charges. Who's been promoting that shit?
Not to ever defend Daisy. I don't know if he has or hasn't commented on the 1 million charges. That I don't know. That's just off the top of my head. He has been linked with many other reasons I could understand as to why they'd want to throw him off. He's always on Wellington Street, or often enough. He's tied to from people from like Veterans for Freedom all the way over to Diagolon. He's been on their shows and everything else. Yeah, I could see them as having as a person of interest that they don't want to have there. Just saying. He is adjacent to many of these guys.
They're promoting taking over cop stations so that politicians can be arrested. That's who his friends are. He can go fuck himself. He videoed them all day on Saturday.
That's true. That's true. Well, and the other thing too is like, why are they judging? I'm like, and what kills me, I'm like, guys, PPS has security. I don't think they realize, or they're forgotten. You guys film each other, but there's security cameras that watch Wellington.
I've never been trespassed from Parliament Hill.
No, you've
never
been
arrested for my protesting, and I've never been trespassed.
Mm-hmm. That's true. The worst you've been is ticketed for using a megaphone.
3 times.
3 times, no less.
3 times. The only reason why I didn't get ticketed last time is because I did not get my rechargeable batteries. So my batteries were dead. But I still pretended to blow in it so that they could follow me and be like, is she blowing in it? Is she actually using it? But yeah, other people got ticketed. Every fucking protest for the last 5 weeks, the Palestinian protesters have been ticketed. One person has 4 tickets. She has
Somebody's beating you? You gotta catch up.
Yeah, exactly. But seriously, it's pathetic. Yeah. Anyway.
Absolutely agree. And I want to.
And the fact that Chris Stacey said to the cops, "You don't do this in Palestinian protests," I'm like, you fucking idiot. It's been all over the news. Yeah. All over the news.
Like, that's true.
You dumb fuck. They started with the Palestinian protest, you fucking idiot. You guys take away all of our nice things. You take it to the next level. You fucking ruin shit for the rest of us.
I mean, was it? Let me see here. I've got like this guy here. Yeah. You guys don't do this, Palestinians. This is back in December 30th.
Yep.
When they were doing it. Yep. Where else do we have? So, I mean, you and as you said 3 times for yourself, we just covered this last week.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
They just say the stupidest shit. It drives me nuts. They act like they're victims and they say the dumbest shit. And I just stand there and laugh at them. And then they get really angry because I'm having too much of a good time. But I'm the one who shows up there with peace and love. And they all fucking, and I like it.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, here you are yelling in the said blue megaphone.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. You only take it to, you only take it to Wellington Street regulars. This particular article, which was about 13 days ago, so about 2 weeks ago, is talking about all the amount of tickets. As I said, always from December 4th, 7 tickets. And that's at that particular time. And there's been 2 weeks and there's been more tickets.
Than any,
Yeah. And this is, I want to go a bit of a side rant on this one, which is, in regards to the side rant, which is, like, this entire ticketing thing is just, that's the offensive part. Mm-hmm. And I'm even willing to say that I'm not crazy about them to be ticketed, so the convoys being ticketed for using their megaphones during the day.
I said that from the beginning. Remember when Johnny got ticketed right before the Palestinian protest? I said, it's stupid. Like, there's going to be a protest, whatever. But they didn't only get ticketed for their megaphones. I think Danny Boucher's ticket he got was for his speaker, not just his megaphone. So they were blaring their speakers. There was 2 different, like, they were blaring music. And
but again, even if they're blaring music and that, I mean,
that's not a protest. The fuck is that?
We play music at protests too. We played it at drag story times.
Yeah, that's true. Correct.
So no. If we do it, they can do it. Vice versa.
Well, I guess what we're doing, they can call it protesting, but we're not actually protesting. But
the protesting,
true.
The protesting.
But if they do it every day, that is an issue.
It's annoying, it's irritating and whatnot, and I get that. But it's still, I don't disagree with their ability and their right to do that. And the bylaw was very much set to not be a hindrance on other businesses. You're doing this in front of Parliament Hill. You're not really hindering any other business. There's no business till half a block away.
Yes, you're right. In the winter, there's no business.
Yeah.
But tourism is business.
Mm-hmm.
So people are going to Parliament Hill to see Ottawa. And they come in the winter time because it's winter loot.
Yeah.
And they come in this, and they come in the summer, and these guys are just constantly there blaring shitty music and yelling profanities out of their megaphones.
Yeah.
That is like, this is the problem. This is what I'm talking about. They ruin it for everybody else. Like, there's no real cause that they are fighting for. And I don't disagree with their cause. It's just that they need to fucking figure out what their cause is. There's other causes that have been there that I didn't partake in you're the one who did that, Chin Chin. But I'm,
And I don't disagree with it either. Like
bullies.
They are bullies. I mean, if they cross lines and bullying it, and you're absolutely right. It's they are bullies in quite a few aspects because I've seen them, which sort of like circle you in a couple of instances.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about other people who pass by and they yell random shit to strangers through their megaphones, or just like they don't even need a megaphone. That's what, like, me. Fuck, they can do all that all day. To me, it's a fucking joke. But when a mother is walking with their kid and needs to get by, and these guys are not getting by, or they're just saying shit, or they try to make a funny comment to them about why they're there, and someone's like, I'm not interested, and then they chase them for half a fucking block because that person didn't want to hear what they
all they know is how to masturbate.
Like literally, that is a recording from them on Wellington Street.
Exactly. Or Christine's running after them, like thinking, like she is a fucking chihuahua. She just chases people and yaps at them. Anybody, people who are walking by that don't agree with them, a cop she has a history with, because she has a history with so many fucking cops that, oh, I just saw Dubois. Oh, let's go. And then her and Chris just like, and like yelling at closed. It's so ridiculous. And it's nonstop. So this is the difference. When the Palestinian protesters are protesting, we're chanting shit, letting people hear what the message is. And if somebody doesn't fucking agree, okay, fuck off. And we just keep going. We don't stop and chase the person and do all that shit.
Absolutely.
Like, they're ridiculous.
It is. And it's trying to, and I still think it's trying to, the city is trying to pervert a bylaw in an effort to try to address a particular group and a particular thing they're not happy about.
Right.
Well, that's too bad.
Or they're just fucking racist. And they'd had to go back to the convoy now because we've exposed the fact that the convoy had been getting away with this for the last 2 fucking years. And all of a sudden the Palestinian protesters are out and you want to start ticketing them for their megaphones. So now instead you have to start ticketing everybody for their megaphones instead of realizing how much of a fucking idiot you guys are being. Yeah. And the last Palestinian protest was over the top than usual when it came to the bylaw and the police.
Was it the one I was at?
Just on Sunday. No, this past
Sunday.
Last Sunday?
I missed it last Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, well, you'll see it on the live. Like, there were a couple of instances. Like, they were, like, agitating Jonathan at one point. Big, tall Jonathan.
Yeah, oh, no, I know. Jonathan, who can be sometimes questionable, but generally Jonathan is
it was fine. And but it was because they were trying to hurry him up and I think pushing into him or something, which happened 2 protests or 3 protests ago. And it's like, I don't know, like I didn't see what happened. I just saw the outcome. And then the more they talked to him, the more agitated he got. You'll have to watch the live. And so I was just like, okay, I'm going to stand right behind you, Jonathan. So I'm between Jonathan and the cop. And then I had to yell at one of the cops to stop talking to him. Like, you're not making it better. Shut the fuck up. We're here with him now and we're talking to him. Keep fucking marching. Keep your eyes on the goddamn march. Whatever you have to say isn't going to make the situation better. And I don't like fighting with cops. So I try to keep it to that quick. Don't touch me or stop talking. That's it. Like, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to fight with anybody, really. Like, just,
and especially if you're trying to help somebody like Jonathan at the time, you'd rather sort of focus. Yeah, exactly. It's going to take you a lot of attention, and if because I know Jonathan will probably be responding to you because again he's nice.
He was responding to everybody else.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he will respond to you. Like you guys have like a
was a rapport.
You guys have a rapport, so. If you're being agitated, I know that's going to agitate Jonathan.
Yeah,
is kind of my thing, and so it's like, so it's be sort of like like police, don't make things worse when there's an actual simple solution here. And if you're just agitating them, it makes it sound like you guys are trying to do something here.
Right. And the difference between the convoy people and us is that we try not to engage with the cops. Like, we literally don't want to engage with the cops. The convoy people make it a point to get into the cops' faces. The only time everybody stops is when the cops have to do their usual, and people hate this, but I fully understand it. So whatever, like, you have the bylaw people here and you're here, and then the cops are going to form a barrier so that the transaction can take place. So you take the ticket, you know, yell a couple of shame bylaw, and then move the fuck on. You don't let it turn into a swarm, a dangerous situation. And
again, this is what pisses me off. And this is what pisses me off so much. The ticket is bullshit because it shouldn't even occur.
Right.
The entire protest, especially when the protesters are, you know, they're going to be kind of resistant, but they're going to participate in regards to working with the city, with the police. And the city is like, we'll tell you the route. This is what we're going to do. And this is where it's going to be. And police are like, well, we're going to secure and we're going to do what we do. And
it's organized.
It's like, very organized. The police will go through. They'll block traffic. They'll let the protests go through. They'll fall up behind. Everything's fine. The goal of the police is to get this protest to go through without any problems. And as long as both sides are sort of like playing ball together in regards to following the routes and doing what they want to do. Because again, you know, for example, in regards to Palestinian protests, the enemy is not, it doesn't necessarily need to be the police, because it's not, you know, the enemy or what they're protesting is against, you know, the U.S. Embassy for its involvement in Palestine, the Canadian government in regards to supporting Palestine.
Supporting.
Exactly. So there's no reason for the Palestinian protest to have any issues with the police. Right. Don't give them one.
Yeah.
There's no need for it. That's not necessary.
But you make a very valid point. Like the Palestinian protest, the Iranian protests, all of these protests worked with the police to have a to make it so that it happens in a way that works within our democracy and within the bounds of the law. So you're right, the megaphones have no place. The difference with the convoy is that they just arbitrarily decide they're going to be there, and then they're there for the whole day for 600,000 days in a row and do the same thing. But when they do march, they're not, like, it's not really an organized thing. And it's not necessarily that I think you have to have an organized protest. People should be allowed to go and protest. But I don't even know what the solution is with those fucking idiots. But again, when it comes to the police, we try not to engage with the police. They give a ticket, you yell a few things, and then you keep, like, whoever's getting the ticket needs to move on, and everybody else needs to move on and stop trying to, you know, whatever. And the police, same thing. Stop trying to push people or whatever. Use your fucking words. You know,
my issue with the ticketing at a protest for using a megaphone. First of all, I'm sorry, megaphones and protests,
they're synonymous.
They're synonymous. Absolutely, it's like peanut butter and jelly or any other example you want to put out there. You cannot have a protest without seeing a megaphone, or vice versa. Any civil action, a megaphone, is more than just it's a symbol.
Yes.
It's right down to the symbol. Any protest action, you're going to see a megaphone as part of that symbol. Period. So to go there and to ticket people for using a megaphone, you're trying to insert yourself into something that doesn't need to be done. This is an absolute, and you're causing tension in whatever event is occurring that does not need to be there. Yeah. Period. There's no need for these fucking tickets. Because every single one can be fought. The city's going to lose money because of these fights. Because again, $5,000 a day for court cases, you're going to be fighting every single one of these tickets.
Yeah.
What have you accomplished?
True.
All you're doing is pissing people off, and you're going to make this particular issue more aware amongst the people. And if you're counselors, or a mayor, we're going to remember your name.
Yeah, I don't.
If you're not speaking out against this.
People are comparing Sutcliffe to Larry O'Brien, and I love it. I am loving it. He's going to be a one-hit wonder. Mark Sutcliffe, you're fucking out.
Let's hope so.
Yeah,
Catherine. They should have been there.
I wonder if Catherine is going to try to run again. Hope so.
They should have won it.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. People are stupid.
Absolutely. Hey, do you know what Ron Clark's up to?
Fucking idiot.
That wasn't an answer.
He's trying to get to Texas, I hear.
Yeah, he is.
Me and Amanda are willing to take the drive.
You willing?
Cross the border.
I'm here to
Texas, to live stream and video what is happening. There's convoys right now heading to California, Arizona, and Texas. It's take back our borders. The people have spoken. The people had enough. But unfortunately, we can't see a lot of the stuff because we're censored so bad. In order to see stuff, you have to see it on a live video. That's just the way reality goes right now because we're censored constantly. The algorithms don't let us see what we want to see. And we should have a choice of what I want to see. But it's
of
not.
What you want to see.
So we're willing to take the 30-hour drive down to Texas border to show you guys live coverage, talk to the Americans and see what's going on the other side of the border, and then also talk about what is happening here on the other side of the border in Canada to the Americans that don't get to see our coverage. So that is what we're right now thinking about. But if you'd love to support us, that's where we're going to need some help. So if you want to see that coverage, we believe we'd have to leave here Wednesday morning. So that gives us the rest of the day and tomorrow if you wanted to help. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say
no, I just thought of
funding.
Something else.
That's what we're going to need. We're not made of money. We're not. But if you want to see that live coverage, then we need support from you. And we're willing to cross the border and take that drive to show you guys what's happening on the other side where they don't show us here because everything is blocked. And I want to get down there and explain to the American side because none of them even know that we have political prisoners. None of them don't even know what's going on in this country unless we're sitting here telling you guys today.
Coots for.
So if you'd love to help us out
political prisoners
by your support, we'll know if you want us to go or not. Pretty simple, but we're willing to take that drive. I looked at our passports today. We're good to go.
Good to go.
But just me and Amanda. The rest of our team, some of them don't have passports and stuff, so it'd be just me and Amanda. I did reach out to some really amazing Americans that are down there doing what they do every single day as well. They have our support. They're so stoked to know if we're going to come down or not. I told them I'd get back to them tonight or first thing in the morning. They have a place for us to stay in Texas, along with the amazing amount of people down that way as well. So just throwing it out there for you guys. If you want to see the live coverage, in order for that to happen, unfortunately, we need help to get that way. And I don't normally come on here and ask for help, but if you want to see it, we're going to need some help.
Every single other time he has.
Take the 30-hour drive to go down there and show you guys what's happening in Texas on a live video.
And what's happening to our friggin' political prisoners here that's not.
So tomorrow morning,
shut up, Amanda.
We'll be hopping in the car. We will not be taking the truck. Unfortunately, the truck is like a heat score. I probably
you put all sorts of fucking weird ass shit all over it.
Normal clothes. We're just going as two normal people to go around and show you guys what is happening on the other side. That is what we're doing. And thank you for all the amazing comments and messages and the help. Thank you guys so much. And you look at, here's another reason why I want to go down. Looking at all these videos out there and people that keep posting old stuff.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
He fucking told himself. Okay, this is what I thought of. Okay, you know how we've been I haven't seen Mayor in a little bit, but you know how we've been watching Mayor, and Mayor has the live streams from J6ers, and then we watch the live streams from Bubba or whatever that guy is with his wife, and then the live streams from the Wellington dipshits, Ron Clark and them. So it's almost like we're watching these TV series, but sometimes TV series have cast members who make cameos on them. And so Ron Clark is going to make a cameo appearance with the J6ers or something. And it's going to be fucking hilarious. But that was just that kind of fluttered in my head. But Ron, I just have one question. If your friends, like it, still you've found a way to have access with your friends in Texas. So why don't you share their live streams about what's going on in Texas? You don't have to go to Texas. You just have to find live streamers from Texas and start sharing their streams on your own platform, stupid fuck. We're on to you, you dumbass. Like, fuck, they're so boring, these people, with their stupidity.
So I'm also, because I mean, my first
you want to
question
see
is like,
Texas? Pay for me to go to see Texas. Otherwise, you're not going to see Texas. Like, are you fucking for real?
I mean, first of all, this is Purple Lights guy who's also believing that the 5Gs are coming in through the purple LEDs. So reality is kind of it's a fleeting concept that he really, really grasps at. But second, he was all, as soon as I finished doing all this work, I'm right back in Ottawa. We're gonna be right back at the STC Convoy working on hasn't mentioned a fucking word about it since. At all. Like him and Freedom George, like STC what? Don't know what you're talking about. Convoy what? No idea. Done.
My favorite part is that he has told everybody that he has to go in disguise as a normal person.
Oh,
I gotta switch up the car. I gotta switch up the clothes, because we gotta go down like normal people.
Normal folks.
That fucking
normal
killed
folks.
me when I heard him say that. It's like, dude.
It's almost like they almost see the fact that what they're doing is not normal.
It's not normal. They know. They know
they're just a little bit on the weird side.
A little
not
bit.
The good version of the weird side,
You have to pretend to be normal.
Yeah. But no, it's these guys are just like, what the Christ.
Christ. Anyway.
Well, that wraps it up for us tonight.
Oh, good. We are just on time.
We are just on time. Wow. Impressively so much. So we're going to continue on with regards to tracking a lot of stuff in regards to the Convoy as it's going to be developing for Ottawa. Because again, mid-February, they're planning something else.
February, no idea March, what it is. April. I wonder if they're going to do another April 1st one.
Is that Abe going to make another appearance?
Maybe.
Damn, Anaid needs to make up some sort of maybe TikTok event or whatnot.
Yeah,
just for April 1st.
I think so too.
Absolutely.
Maybe like a trivia day. Like, what was Anaid wearing? Where was she from? Like ask those kind of questions.
No. Anaid NPC.
Okay, that sounds good. Maybe.
I got an idea with that. I'll let you know.
All right. We'll talk after.
We'll talk after this one for sure. So something might occur there. Again, I'm terrible. I didn't get the graphics ready because I had all the other images and videos to get prepared. But don't forget to join us again this Friday on our Spaces, as well as next week on the Wednesday for the regular show. And if you can, go jump up on my Linktree, and I believe also on Deana's, our friend Danny Taro still needs some assistance in regards to his legal fees, in regards to a lawyer and independent journalist. And
sucks, by the way.
Till then, we got one last video for you guys to enjoy. But till then, good night.
Good night.
Today I'm in Canada, and I heard the disturbing news that a Canadian Palestinian, Mansour Shuman, was abducted and is being held hostage in Gaza. And this is someone who I'm connected with online, someone who is an activist in Gaza, a brave Palestinian man who's choosing to be there, even though he's from Calgary as well, and he got abducted today. And I feel it's shameful that the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, hasn't said anything when this is a Canadian citizen. So do y'all mind if I make a video for Trudeau real quick? This one is for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. We're in Montreal right now. And there is a Canadian Palestinian citizen, Mansour Shuman, who's been abducted in Palestine. And he is your citizen, and you need to call for his safe release. You need to call for his release from captivity. Because we want not only Mansour to be free, but all of Palestine to be free. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
I said free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
That's all I wanted to do. I'm going to send that video to the Prime Minister, and hopefully it helps. It's the least we can do in our safety, in our privilege, in our comfort in the Western Hemisphere to advocate for our brothers and sisters overseas who are held captive and who are suffering under an act of genocide. So